Connect.
Hello, welcome everyone. This is Adrienne Dahlberry, your organizer for Fall into Wellness. I'm here with Joanna Hodaraska, and she is the owner of Nutrition in Motion. She's going to be one of our fabulous vendors that will be here for Fall into Wellness, which is taking place September 23rd from 10 to 5 p.m. So you can grab your tickets at fallwellness.eventbrite.com. And we still have our Wellness Warrior tickets as well as our early bird special. So I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end. But today I'm all about Joanna because I really am interested in these essential oils. We're going to do some cool things. But Joanna, how did you get involved with all of this? Tell me a little bit.
Well, so I had adrenal exhaustion 17 and a half years ago, which is commonly in the regular conventional medical field known as chronic fatigue. So that was the first time that I had to learn how to aid the body in healing itself, because the body actually knows how to repair itself. But I had to learn how to undo the damage that I had done, and the excessive training, that basically thinking that Cliff Bars and coffee were nutrition enough, and I basically depleted myself completely. So I think at that time I liked essential oils, but that wasn't part of it. I really had to relearn how to eat and how to actually give my body the nutrients it needs from the foods that I was eating. I had to also change the way that I was eating the foods and basically rebuild my body from the inside out. And that is basically what I'm doing now with my clients. Is I'm trying to help them identify where is the imbalance. And sometimes it's an emotional balance, sometimes it's an imbalance in the body. And it's trying to identify what caused this and kind of work backwards and help you understand, how did you get here? Now we're going to help you get out of it and then not re-experience that, bring that body back to balance, and then you feel the best that you can, regardless of what age you're at, because you've learned what you need for your body to bring it back into that balance. And part of that was also learning about some of the spiritual connection and actually understanding what makes me happy, and including some of those things. So I was a competitive athlete, but when I stopped doing anything for 2 weeks, I walked into my doctor's office and he's like, Joanna, your body craves activity. And he wasn't saying it as a everybody's body needs activity. He was specifically saying your body, my body needs activity. And it really did. And it really does. So that's part of what makes me tick. So it's taking that, and I had to get back into some kind of training. And I'm also a socialite. So I had to go back with a group exercise training that I was doing, but go swim in the slow lane or in my own lane so that I wouldn't be challenged to swim faster and keep up.
So like a trigger happening in a way sometimes.
Right. So it was, because I was already depleted, I couldn't train harder. I had to train easy. Well, my body doesn't know how to do easy. I'm a competitive athlete, but now I had to be a competitive recovering athlete and understand what I had done for the last, for 2 years really, and understand that all the stresses, the emotional, the physical, the environmental, the foods that I was eating, all that was coming into play. The stress from work, the travel to and from, getting up at 5 in the morning, doing a workout in the morning, workout in the evening, and all these things, that all kind of worked together. So I had to understand, how do I eliminate some of the stress after I identify it? And then how do I help my body to work through those stresses in a different way? And the nutrition had a huge part to do with it. And it wasn't until 2002 that I was working for a company. I was in sales, I was in water treatment, and that company had their second downsizing in a year. And my department of 5 was down to 1, which most people would be like, oh, that really stinks. And I was like, oh yeah, now I can go into that nutrition thing, because I thought, if I was a nutrition junkie and I had done this whole depleting thing and got myself so out of balance that I could hardly even get out of bed, then I can help other people learn that same thing and learn how to heal their body and help their body do what it naturally wants to do, which is sparkle and shine from inside out, right?
Yes.
So this gave me the opportunity to start my business. And then a few years later, I stumbled, and I really think it stumbled. I stumbled onto the Path to Heal work with Rebecca Cohen.
Yes.
And that is really to help identify the emotional aspects and help you really connect with who you are at a soul level, and help erase all those challenges and the struggles and the mental issues, the emotional traumas that are keeping us from being us because we're scared of the judgment. Judgment from family, judgment from our friends, judgment that we're crazy for, leaping out on and following our passion, or being who we want to be, So that was where I started getting more into who am I, even on a deeper level. Then the essential oils kind of came into the path to heal, and I've always liked essential oils, and especially geranium and yang yang. I think I was telling you that earlier. It's like those are always my two favorite oils, and then and they're really helping to work with some of those emotions and bring them to the surface so that the body can heal through them easier. It's kind of like the essential oils do some of the emotional work so that you don't have to actually think about it. So it helps to speed up the process. So one of my favorites was always yang yang, and I'll let you smell this one because it's still just one of my favorite ones. And when I started using this book called Essential Oils and Emotions, yang yang is all about the inner child. So when you think of kids, what do? They love to play, So it's really helping you to reconnect with your inner child and being able to find the creativity and playfulness in life. And that's really what I aspire is. I want playfulness and that childlike ability to play.
That, right?
Well, some people I don't think do, because that child. Well, because they have this idea that the child is that's not being serious. That's not being adult-like. No. But you have to be able to play. And so that helped to kind of enable that ability to play without having to think about, I really have to play. I really have to, It basically allows it to happen naturally.
Right, like a kid. Like, that's what they do. They're not thinking about scheduling and play.
Right. Well, think about kids. What do they always want to do? They always want to play.
Right.
They're always wanting to play, but most of the time their parents are like, oh, no, you can't play. We got to do this serious. No, I can't play. I got to go do some work. Right. So then that becomes an emotional trauma. Yes. And later on in life, you have a problem with play. So you find yourself doing and doing and doing, and there's no play. It's no fun. But I have to keep doing. Yes. But then you develop, some kind of an eating issue because now you don't have that play. You feel traumatized from childhood. That's been all suppressed into your emotional field, and now that trauma is a food craving for cookies, and you can't control it because it helps you feel good for that short period of time.
And you know what it reminds me of when you go into a corporate offices and they always say like, this is the real world and what we're doing is the real world, but then they'll have like the food out and you'll see people wanting to quickly jump on the next donut or next cookies or next batches of their birthday cake as their fun, but just being able to incorporate play.
But after that fun of eating the food, then typically the self-guilt and the self-loathing kicks in. Yeah. Then what happens is that you're not actually happy about what you ate. Now you feel like crap.
That's not play.
And then that's not play. And then you end up eating some more because you're soothing that emotion of guilt and shame and the self-loathing. So the essential oils help to kind of help with overcoming some of those emotional issues. I help them from the nutrition side to actually help understand, well, how do we balance the blood sugar? How do we make better choices? To honor what your body needs and understand that this is an emotional thing. You can actually overcome that and you can make better choices. You can bring your own things because you know that workshop is going to have donuts and cookies which don't resonate well with you. No. So do you either force yourself to eat something that you know isn't going to work with you, and then you succumb to the pressure of everybody else to be like them, or do you honor what your body's needs are and bring your own foods, and then kind of everybody looks at you and go, wow, I should have done that. That's such a good idea.
It's almost like a leadership step that you have to take, but you also have to step up within yourself.
Exactly.
And that's like the thing, is like, how do you step up within yourself because of the fear of going with the herd? And on top of that, what I love about what you said is that your approach is personalized. Yeah. And that's something that I love because it gets so much into this, if you do this type of 1, 2, 3 step, everyone will be okay.
But everybody's 1, 2, 3 step is different.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So and everybody's triggers are a little bit different. Right. And that's how I ended up starting my own business. And then the essential oils, it's like the more I started using them, the more I'm like, wow, these things really do some cool stuff.
Yeah.
And then the more I got into the emotional aspect of it, then I said, oh, you know what? I'm going to start making custom blends. This is really fun.
Awesome.
And this is the fun this is what I'm going to be having at the expo too, is I have 4 blends that I have chosen from. I have a class that I call Embody the Wholeness of Your Life, so that you can fall in love with every aspect of your life. And that's on Mondays and Tuesdays, 7:30 on Monday nights and 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Tuesdays. But that's the energy work, the Path to Heal work with the essential oils. And I intuitively pick the oils that are for that particular session, because we're always trying to embody what we want and create the life that we want. But we are trying to identify what's keeping us from embodying all that. And it's usually the guilt and shame and the fear of judgment. So I intuitively picked these blends, and these are the ones that actually sold the best, and that everybody's like, wow, I need a bottle.
Wonderful.
So I make these little 10 milliliter bottle blends, and I have 4 of them that I picked, and I'm just going to quickly go over one of them. So this is, that's not the one I want. I am divinely me. So this is, because we are divine beings, and we need to be divinely who we want to be, not who our parents think we should be, not who our friends should be, not who our significant other thinks that we should be. We have to be that child that we are, and those dreams that we had as a child. We are going to embody those and make sure we get those into reality and actualize them.
So many people need this.
Yeah, so these are just helping to inspire us to kind of stay with our plan.
Yes.
So this is the I Am Divinely Me, and I'm going to let you smell this one because it is really divine. And
I love it, and it has the roller, so
it's a roller ball. You can put it anywhere. You can put it on your neck. You can put it on your chest. You can put it on your wrist, so you can smell it like all the time.
And how often would you say a person could apply that?
Well, this one's been diluted, but typically most people will apply it twice a day.
Oh, twice a day.
Take a shower. Use fragrance-free lotion or coconut oil, and then you can just dab on a little bit, smear it around, and sometimes you just kind of take that extra and put it on. And you smell it, and I'm like,
And it smells like
freshness. It's just divine. So this one was all about embodying my divine self with love, laughter, joy, clarity, passion, and possibilities. Because we want to be open to all those possibilities. And this one has Melissa, lemon, yang yang, white fir, and bergamot, which Melissa is the oil of light. So if you're feeling kind of bummed out, this one actually helps you see the light as opposed to see the darkness. The lemon is an oil of focus, which helps to clear the self-judgment and feelings of I'm not a good student or I'm not doing it right, which we've never had that feeling.
Totally perfect. Never
right. So, and it basically helps to inspire the natural playfulness of the heart to restore joy and happiness. And yang yang, the oil of the inner child, helps to reconnect us with that childlike self and the intuition of the heart so that we can receive the information to the world. White fur is all for generational healing. So sometimes you get the belief systems that are passed on.
Yes.
And so it's helping us to clear some of those negative patterns so that the body and soul can heal the emotions and bring them to light and break those negative patterns. The bergamot is the oil of self-acceptance, which helps us to encourages us to see life with more optimism. Who doesn't need more optimism?
Man, we need a lot more optimism.
We need a lot more optimism, right? So it helps to clear those stagnant feelings and the limiting beliefs that we have about ourselves. So it's really helping us to know that we are lovable the way we are. Really, the way we are is we're perfectly imperfect the way we are, and all the imperfections make us even more perfect.
One of my favorite statements: perfectly imperfect.
Yes, and that's what we are. Our flaws are perfect, and we should honor those flaws, not look at them in absolute disgust.
Yeah, constant punishment that we want to put in, get rid of it, and realize that we're great.
Exactly. So these are the blends that I have that I'll have the demos there, so that you can sniff and choose them. But what I'll be doing for every person that would like even one of these 4 blends or even choose their own is each person, even though they have the same 4 or 5 oils, will have a different combination of each oil. And that's what I intuitively will do, is choose how many drops of each oil will you need for your blend. If you don't want any of these and you're like, you know what? We're going to make one for you.
Yes.
We're going to go through this whole process. So you can either think about what oil you want, what you want it to make you, how you want it to make you feel, or you can just give me a name. So you can say, I am free to be me. I am You can pick whatever you want what you want it to actually, or how you want it to make you feel.
So what is it doing to help work? And like you had
Right.
mentioned to me, what do you want to feel like?
What do you want to feel like?
Yes.
Exactly. So that's what I want to know. What do you want to feel like? And then we can create the name from there. So I was originally going to make one of these 4 blends for Adrian, but I think we're going to make something totally customized because that's going to be one of the options at the show too.
Okay, all right. So I gave this some thought, and one of the major things that are coming up is that I know that I'm on the path aligned, and I just want more of my body, soul, and spirit to function in that way. So you mentioned this before, without the fear or the judgment or the what ifs that are going there. So
Right.
I just want everything from the physical, the mental, the spiritual, the emotional, all to set up nicely in that alignment with the path that I'm on.
Okay.
Instead of having it where it feels like that scatteredness.
So yours could be like I'm divinely aligned.
Yeah,
with
that
my
could
path.
be. That's really nice. I
Yeah.
like that. I'm divinely aligned with my path.
Right, and it's with my path with a big capital M, capital M and Y.
My.
Right. So I will have blank little blank stickers for the oils as well. So if you want, you can go ahead and write down that. I'm going to go
Okay.
ahead and pick the oils for her.
Okay.
I put down divinely with my path. I think I missed a word.
I'm
Divinely
divinely
aligned.
aligned with my
Thank
path.
you.
Here
Yes.
you go. And do you want me to put the title, the label also in here? Or
Yeah, just go ahead. Yeah, write
Okay.
down your title, and then I'm going to pick the oil. So this is my muscle testing. So this is a no, and this is a yes. So I'm just going to go row by row and pick the oils. So we need a little bit of Roman chamomile. We need a little bit of lemon, a little forgive, a little bergamot, because everybody needs bergamot. We all need self-acceptance.
Of course.
A little vetiver, a little cedarwood, and cedarwood is all about building community. So what you're doing is building community. So this is absolutely perfect for
this is
building the
wonderful.
community. Yeah.
And that came through the muscle test. That's
Yeah,
wonderful.
and then Citrus Bliss is one of my favorites. It's invigorating. It's got all the citrusy blends plus a little hint of vanilla.
Okay.
And it's really like gives you kind of that
And
uplift
that's
and
what
charge.
I
Yeah.
need so much right now.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting how some of these oils come up. So now I'm going to take each oil. Vetiver, you need 2 of those. And at the show, what I'll try to do too is some people want to know what their oils mean and some don't. But I do have the book that can give you an idea. So like vetiver is for centering and descent. So this is to help you escape your pain. It helps you to center yourself and guide you to root into the emotional issues. So once you root into those emotional issues, then you can clear them. And vetiver is one of the thickest oils on the planet. It's one of those sap oils, so it's kind of slow.
Yeah, and what I just love about this is that being able, when I look at these oils, I also think about just how there's all these things that we sometimes just forget to recognize about ourselves, or just to think about these different points of healing. And then how, like, with the oils being there, like you said, like you put them on and just let them do their thing, because we always think that we have to be so overly active.
We have to keep thinking about it.
Yes, exactly.
What I find is that the more we get out of our head and the more we get into our heart, the more things flow. So this can help us actually get the mind and the heart more aligned. The energy work helps to do that as well, but sometimes people aren't ready for the energy work. They're only ready for the essential oil. So it's all kind of works together, but the more we're in our heart, the more we can work from a place of compassion and love.
So true.
And we have to love ourselves first.
Yes.
And accept ourselves first, so then we can share that love and the self-acceptance with others. Which, now I'm with the bergamot, so you get 5 of those.
Yeah. And that's something that's coming up more and more of a theme where, you see, like, for example, workshops where it's like, okay, I have to be the superwoman or the Superman for everyone else, and then we suffer in our own health. And
because you left yourself last.
exactly.
You're the last on the totem pole.
It's always
Remember, on the airplane, they give you the recommendation, put your oxygen mask on first. So why is it in life that you don't take care of your needs first? If you take care of your needs, you can be a better equipped to take care of everybody else's needs second. But if you take everybody else's first, then you don't honor your needs, and you're suffering in discouragement, overwhelm, all sorts of other things, and then the food issues come up, and then the self-loathing, and then there's something else, and then you beat yourself up some more.
And just like the physical ailments that come out with like the body aches, the pains, and it's just amazing how that it keeps coming up over again. Where we just say no, or not right now.
Right. Well, this is actually from one of my brothers-in-law. He had said this probably 5 years ago, and he just said, no is saying yes to you.
I love that.
And really, that is what it is. Saying no is not. It's saying yes to you so that you can actually be the priority. So you can take care of your needs. Nobody else really needs to know. Like when I'm booking with a client, I'll tell them when I have available. I don't need to tell them why I'm not available. They don't need to know that I am committing that hour for my time. This is what I need to do. I need to go, for me, it's I gotta go move my butt, I gotta go do my exercise. So that's gonna be my time that I need. But nobody else needs to know that. They just need to know that I'm available from 1 till 2 or 1:30 till 2:30 or whatever the options are. But somehow we have this need to, we have to tell everybody everything. Well, no, just make that date with you and don't let anybody else take that away from you. Even if your date with yourself is, I'm going to take a nap. Sometimes you have to honor yourself with, I need a nap. I got to go to bed at 8 o'clock because I'm stinking tired,
I feel it. Like, I think like just this week where, when you want to just say, I'll come back later, or this is what I'm able to do right now. And I find myself, I think just like for many of us, is the conditioning that we have to get into, having to explain that we're not a bad person. And that this is the reason this is coming up. This is the reason I can't extend myself out this time, because I don't want you to think I'm a bad person. Instead of just, like you said, making the appointment, saying yes or no
to you,
and then say, exactly, no to the other person, but yes to you, and then allowing it to flow, and then being okay with that. And it's just like this conditioning that comes up. So I'm excited about my oil, because that's part of it, where it's just like, can I say to the next appointment, well, you know what, this is when I can do it and not have to go in because I'm meeting a vendor, because I'm going to go over here. I'm hooking up with Joanna, so I have to make sure that I go here and there, and I'm sorry, but it gets into
and there's no need to say I'm sorry. Right. But that's what we're conditioned to do.
So true.
I'm sorry. Well, stop apologizing. The only person you need to apologize to is yourself, because you need to say, I'm sorry, self, because I'm not honoring your needs. And actually, grapefruit is for honoring the body's needs. So sometimes just grapefruit is the great helper, so that you can actually start honoring your own body's needs. Now, where's my grapefruit? I was going to have you smell that one, but all of a sudden I can't find it. Okay, well.
So, let me see.
It's in there someplace.
Okay, you got a lot of nice
I got a lot of oils, and they're all in alphabetical order, so I must have moved it
if
without
we had
knowing
smell-o-vision right now, just to
smell it. You'd all be like inundated with like,
oh my goodness.
Oh, here it is. Here's grapefruit.
Oh, wonderful.
Grapefruit under GR.
Yes.
No wonder it calls it before geranium, which is GER. This is where you have to be childlike, and you have to be able to laugh at yourself, realizing that, gosh darn it, I can either get mad because that's not where I want it to be, or you can just be like, oh well, let's just improvise and kind of move on.
Hey, and I love these. This is high quality in terms of the oils that you're using. And like I told you before, I was totally ignorant to, what was considered high quality essential oils. Just knew they were just all the rage. And now taking it so much deeper with the science behind it.
Well, and you really do have to pay attention to the quality of the oils, because I do have doTERRA oils. I have some Wisdom of the Earth oils, and basically they're all therapeutic grade oils. If you don't have therapeutic grade oils, you can actually cause more harm than good.
Oh, wow. So because of just the fact that, and when you say like when they're not therapeutic grade, what's usually the reason? Or like what are they? Impurities?
It's purity. It's basically, I think that's the biggest part is the purity level.
Okay.
And then in supplement world, there's the NSF. There's the good manufacturing practices. It's basically the therapeutic grade oils have been tested, so what's in the bottle is also what's on the label is in the bottle, and there's nothing else in there. And whatever the potency they say it is, that's what it is. They test to make sure that the batches coming in are pure. The batches that are, while they're making it and purifying it, that's what it is. When it goes into the bottle, that's what it is.
Yes.
So you're getting that pure grade, and you can put these on your skin without having to worry about the reaction.
Exactly.
Where I have another blend that somebody had got because we were trying to play with some oils that they were going to make for candles or something like that. Well, in that case, maybe the therapeutic grade isn't necessary.
Okay,
but you're still breathing it in.
That's
so
true.
You want to make sure that you're getting the right kind. And on those labels, it said they're essential oils, but it says do not use topically, do not ingest, do not, and like orange or grapefruit oil. Well, they're coming from fruit, so most people could, put a drop in their water and be okay with it ingesting it. There's other oils that you absolutely positively don't want to do.
Okay.
If you put it on too frequently, I had one client who had some health issues and had a cough, and so she took the Breathe blend, and she put it on like 5 times a day. That's just too much.
It's a lot.
That's just a lot. So if you put it on too frequently, then you actually can develop a rash.
Okay.
If you have sensitivity, put it on the bottoms of your feet. Or you can put something like this, fractionated coconut oil, and you put that on first, and then you put the oil on top to basically dilute it.
And that's what you're using to mix in with the blend that you're making.
Right, and if you smell the coconut, this fractionated coconut oil, and most people are like, coconut oil? I'm going to smell like Hawaiian Tropics. Yeah, This has absolutely no smell whatsoever, and it's very stable. And it's great as just a skin conditioner.
Yeah,
too.
It's like
a moisturizer. So whatever I have left over, I'm like, let me just rub it in. So that's pretty much it. But that's what I use, and that is the blend.
That's amazing. I have my sticker here that I'm going to add.
The hardest part is taking the
I
sticker
know,
off.
right? I know. You went through this like complex mixing of oils, and I have a hard
Well, I
time
got these
taking it off.
these really great waterproof sticky labels, and they'll stay on. And even though the bottle can get all oily, because they just sometimes do, the label will stay on.
Okay, yeah, and
So now you can tell me, how do you like it?
Yes, okay.
So this is
now
I'm divinely aligned with my path. So
I'm divinely aligned with my path. This is my custom-made oil.
And they are going to be available at the show. They are $20 for the bottles. If you get 2 of them, then they'll be 2 for $35. So.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's the kind of reaction I like. Oh wow.
Man.
I think I'm gonna bathe in this. Can you make it for? Yeah.
Oh man, like no, because it's just you just can. Thank you. So
You're welcome.
Much. I can't even describe it in words. It's just like it's just being able to. I'm just gonna cup my hands and just.
Yeah, she's just gonna be walking
my
around
way
like this all day.
So it's like
What's wrong with Adrian? She's in a trance with her oils.
Yeah, I'm just gonna just have it where it's just like, but just being able to cut because this is.
But this is the fun part of it. It's like I intuitively pick the blend, and this is the feeling that I want you to feel when you have your custom blend made.
I mean, I feel like and this is just I just put it on, so you can just imagine as I'm.
Oh yeah, she's beaming. She's beaming.
I am. I feel like I'm even more beaming through the Facebook Live.
Yeah, right.
And it's just like before I was just like, okay, then I'm like,
this is okay. This is fine.
I'm doing great now. Yeah, and what I love about this is like so. When you're coming to this event, just being able to stop by Joanna's table, and besides all of the information that you have with nutrition, with healing, getting the custom-made essential oil blend.
They're just amazing. You'll just love it.
I mean, I'll probably spend like 45 minutes just at your table.
Okay.
I really would if I wasn't organizing and running around like crazy. But so I'm glad I came here for the interview.
Yeah, I'm glad you did too.
For anyone coming, I feel like just being able to come and just learn more about you, getting this meat, and for $20.
Yeah.
This is,
yeah, it's pretty sweet.
oh my goodness, that's a great, that's
And
great.
and one of these oils, even if you use it every day, twice a day, it is going to last you for 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
No, this is wonderful. I appreciate this.
You are so welcome.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to give you a hug.
Oh, you
You're
are
welcome.
awesome. Anything else you would like to tell folks? Because like
I just want them all to come to the show and experience the oils for themselves, because really you don't really understand what they're like until you experience them, sniff them, smell them, put them on. And then you can really feel how they just really totally uplift and just change your demeanor.
I mean, like, it's automatic like that.
Yeah.
Because when they came in and you said, well, tell me, like, how you want to feel. Because I wanted just to complain and go, you know what? I'm not feeling too great. I'm kind of tired. Can you give me some more energy? And it's like, no, tell me how you want to feel.
Yeah.
And then I just feel already, honestly, like, if you can't see it through the Facebook Live, it's like I'm totally perked up. I'm just okay, this is...
She's going to be flying on the way.
And it's like cloudy outside, so I'm like, hey, the sun is out from me. So
right.
This is great, Joanna.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
I'm so honored to have you.
I am so looking forward to coming and being part of this amazing experience that you're putting together for everybody.
Thank
and
you.
It's all about wellness and it's all putting all the wellness pieces together. So essential oils, nutrition, energy work, it's just part of the puzzles to help us be more of who we want to be on a soul level and in this body that we all came here with.
Yeah, you're so right. And thank you so much. And then, and just with the event, again, remember, our early bird special is going to be ending very soon. So please, I hope you're able to come, partake, and you get a great deal. So for $30, you can get general admission, besides having great vendors like Joanna, who are already changed my life within an afternoon. We are also going to have acupuncture and chair massage available. We have yoga, we have Zumba, meditation. Excellent vendors are going to be there, as you can tell. So please come on out, bring the family, because like we were just mentioning with the oils, it starts with the self-care to community well-being. Right. So how we have that whole spectrum from taking care of yourself, your family, your world, okay? And we need this more than now than ever, all right? So
yes,
this
we
is
do.
And
once you're there, it doesn't go away.
Yeah.
It's really, that's the beauty of it, is once you kind of elevate yourself, you're going to come back down. You might come down a little bit, but you spiral back up. And so it's all about helping us all to elevate in this new world and in the body that we're in, because that's where we're all going, is to elevate ourselves so that we can help elevate others.
Yeah, and it's so true, because I can think about just the fact that, and we talked about this before the interview, we have to step up within ourselves so we can then step up for others. And so this requires making sure that we're taking care of ourselves, because we usually think about stepping up as always this disciplinary type of way, and it's like, this is not there. So I thank you just for, honestly, just giving me this like kind of a life change in the afternoon.
It's a great thing.
I have like such cool vendors. I know some real cool people. You have to come.
Absolutely.
But I thank you guys. So Fall Into Wellness, get your tickets. It's going to be a fantastic event in Chestnut Hill. And so
September 23rd.
Yes.
10 to 5.
10 to 5. Beautiful ground. So if you haven't looked on our event page, please take a look. We have places.
Go now. What's the site?
Yes, it's fallwellness.eventbrite.com. So that's fallwellness, all one word, .eventbrite.com. Bring your yoga mats. You can lay out. We'll have some great food vendors that are also going to be there. So
and bring an open mind.
Yes, of course, always the case.
And if you don't feel like playing, we're going to give you some yang. No play.
Exactly. Everybody will be kids by the end of the event.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much, Joanna.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Another big hug. And thanks for tuning in, everyone. Love you. Peace.